Ricky here, Asher. Today we're going to be going over my work van. I'm going to show you guys how I have it set up. It's filthy right now, so I'm going to go clean it up and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. And it's actually nighttime. So in the morning, I'm going to clean it up. Then I'm going to show it to you. This is the mess from the week, because we were kind of in a hurry to get out, and so we left a mess. I need to get it cleaned up. This is my van though. I'm going to straighten her up and give you a little tour of it. Usually don't leave it like this, but we had a long week. So I finally got the van organized, straightened out a little bit. So I've redone it, trying to make the workflow in this thing a little bit easier. Maybe things will get put back in their place a little bit better. So I'm going to show you, this is my work van. I'm going to show you the way I have it set up right now. And again, I just changed it and it's going to probably change more. So I got my DeWalt fast charger here, my Tough Built. These are so nice, and I know people have seen these before, but you put these things here on your belt, right? And then you just pop this on, take it on and off. So I got my Tough Built stuff here. I got some charged batteries here. My Metabo for my little pin nailer, because the reason I went with the Metabo, let me show you real quick. Let me get some of this stuff out. And yes, I have a mess. And some of this stuff is going to get changed. Alright, but when I change glass, and I have to put glass stop in, just say this is glass stop. This, see that flat profile? You see how close that gets? I don't know if you can see that or not, but you don't have to worry about that hitting the glass. I don't have to angle it because of some crazy DeWalt angle. This thing is flush. This is exactly what you want. Now, I think Makita has one, I believe. But this is my third one of these. I have two of them that they're broke, the first version. But I love them. They're great. So back to what I was saying. So got my drills, got my batteries here, got my charger here, got my little quick tools. Down here I keep stuff like my Allen wrenches, some drill bits, try to keep everything together. Some pencils, silicone nozzles that really don't work. You pop them over top of the silicone here and they don't really work that well, but I got some of them in here, batteries. Here I got like shims and just miscellaneous stuff. Screws, lots of different screws. Dremel, my Dremel battery charger. I keep some some silicone grease. This stuff is good. White lithium grease. This stuff is great for your slider tracks and your wheels. Also WD-40 gel, not regular WD-40. The gel works great. And then just some alcohol, basically rubbing alcohol. Keep in here. Keep some hammers. Keep this here. If I need to, you know, put a screw in somehow at some crazy angle, this thing's perfect for that. I love it. I don't care too much for the flexible part, but it has come in handy for quite a bit of stuff. It's got a few things like that in here. This is the only thing here that I want to change. I would like to mount these, you know, right here or something, or somewhere. I'd like to mount them. More than likely, it's going to be coming right here. I'm gonna turn this heater off real quick. That's kind of loud. Got my first aid kit. Got an 8-foot level. Travels in there. 6-foot level up there. I keep my 4-foot levels. They were in here. I'm not going to open it to show you, but I guess I could show you this way. But last week I actually forgot to wrap my 4-foot level and my 2-foot level together. So my 2-foot level is in here and I'll have to fish it out at some point. My square and pole, broom, some bucks, fold out saw bucks. I like this thing here. My Bosch tape measure, basically, is you could set this thing. I don't know if you can see that red dot or not, but you can set this like there, and you can. It's 27.4 inches from here. I love this thing. This thing works great, and that's why I keep batteries in here as well, stuff like that for headlamps, whatnot. Even though it looks like I'm running low. But again, this is something that I want to fix here. I don't like the way this is set up at the moment, and stuff's just going to flop around, which I'm okay with. The only way that these power outlets work is when I run my generator. So this has a built-in generator. There's a battery box down here. There's a solar panel on that charges that battery, and the only thing that battery does is start that generator. That's it. That's why I don't have a refrigerator or something like that in here, because it's pointless. So anyway, put my table saw up, and I love this. This is my favorite part in the van right here, because I got these tracks here, and you know, if you need to clamp it, hold it down. I think my clamp is in here actually. I'm not sure where my clamp is. Actually, it's right here. We got these clamps here. Like if I need to hold something down, these things are amazing, dude. These things are awesome. So you just, you know, clamp it however you want. Clamp it there, clamp it here, however you want to clamp it. Usually I don't keep this one on. Sometimes I will, but most of the time I don't. Have one there, and then I have this here. And this stopper has saved me so much time. So if I want these things to be 20 inches, I'll line it up exactly at 20 inches here. You see that? And this thing is set perfect. This thing is set up exactly perfect. You know, and I could cut consistent 20 inches every single time right there. I love it. Same way, either way. Except for I don't have one of these over here. They only have one available at the time when I ordered it on Amazon. But I love this setup here. I keep a little just like spare, this little magnetic tray, and I somehow or another become a catch-all for just screws, and we just throw screws in there. Keep my safety glasses here. Little Husky light that I really have had for a while, but never really use it that much. These here are Viking Arms. We use these to lift doors. That way we're not sitting here, because some of the doors we have to lift are hundreds of pounds, like 200-300 pounds. When you take a door off of the hinges and you got a guy sitting there holding it, you can only hold it so long while somebody's trying to put a screw in. So these right here are perfect for that, and you can lift that door pretty much. However, these are also used for cabinets, you know, so somebody might put them up here and use them for cabinets. But Viking Arm, I love it. And it's a little expensive. I think I paid $200 or $300 a piece. So this one here releases it slowly in case I need to, you know, in case the door's like, say the door just needs to come down a little bit, you just move it down just slightly. This one over here breaks it all the way down. I love these things. Before those, I had these airbags, which come in handy sometimes. They come in handy sometimes. Then I got these roller blocks. I can set a door or a piece of glass in there, and if it's on its side, or if I'm in somebody's house, I could put it on the corner here and roll up the door. Or I could lay it down on this and not worry about tearing up somebody's, you know, their floor, carpet, or anything. So these things are highly, highly recommended for anybody who does windows and doors. These things are amazing. But I did them for, didn't use this for, I've been using it for about 1.5 years now, and I was like 5.5 years without it, and this is a game changer. I get these for everything. And then, so the way I did my flow was, because right here I have some packouts. I have my packouts here and a couple up there. I got my regular stuff here, and this is stuff I just changed it around. And I got my glass cleaning supplies up here, paper towels, I got spray foam, and I'm not a professional cleaner, but I got some of these that I find work pretty good. These microfiber towels, blue tape because we use it sometimes, and back there I got some denatured alcohol just in case. As far as glass cleaning stuff goes, you look right in here, I got more glass cleaning stuff back here that I use. So you got plenty of spray bottles, some Windex, and more denatured alcohol back there. And since I'm down here, I got my contractor size trash bags, because I clean up as I go. I got my 3 suction cups here. Usually we just need 2, but if there's a bigger piece and we need a third person, we could grab somebody from the site and use those. And I got a tire inflator here. This is handy. Keep my cones here, my safety cones, because some job sites we have to put these out. More, like I said, I got all that stuff there. I got a Dremel here. I got a hot knife right here for if I'm removing like 2-sided tape off of STL bars. I've only used it a few times. It's okay. I didn't pay like 40 bucks for it, but it's all right. Some gloves, because we get those picky homeowners that say, oh, your hands are dirty from taking down my dirty stuff, and don't get my other stuff dirty. So we have gloves. I got extra large, and then more extra large gloves. This here is a camera, a snake, like to where I'm not gonna pull it out, but it's a camera, like if I could put it up under the door to make sure that the rollers are on the door. Then I got a socket set here, just regular old standard socket set. That's what I keep in here. And then in this here, I keep a cheap Swan Lake. It's like a, hold on a second. Jeez, I don't want to pull it out now. Alright, there we go. It's like I got it off Amazon. It's come in handy. It has come in handy. But it's just a bunch of different like tool sets. It's all kinds of different stuff. And like I say, it's come in handy once or twice. I don't bring it out rarely, but it has. If I'm missing a bit, it's it's usually in this here. I didn't pay much for this, like maybe 30 bucks or something like that. I don't really remember. But I bought that off Amazon, and I bought these here because hard to find stainless steel screws, and anytime you're messing with windows and doors, you want stainless steel screws. So I bought 2 of those. I also bought here some drill bits, and these are off Amazon. They're very cheap, and I go through quite a bit of them, but I marked them all with a white thing so I could see which ones they are. So this is that one, that 8 is right here, so on and so forth. These are nice. I got another set out in the back. I got some sockets, standard and metric, and then just some regular like butterfly bits, some more bits. I think these are trash, but not trash. The Norse is good, but I meant like my guys, I lost every one of them pretty much. So I don't even know why it's still in there. Just carry stuff like paints and plumber's putty for water testing. This is because I'm old and I need to be able to see. More screws here. Alright, so try to keep this as organized as I can. I gotta put these, I'm gonna end up putting these in, I think, this tote here. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got that organized. Then coming down here, I moved this here. And this is all of my silicones. So I got clear silicone. These are all clear in this side. This side back here in the back is black silicone or bronze or whatever that I use. Up here some white in case I pull off some nice trim. I don't have to do this, but I always go back and try to caulk it, just so they don't have to get their painter. And it really depends on how the homeowner is if I decide I'm going to do this or not, because I get some really nice homeowners. I try to take it, and I get some that are not so nice and, you know, like to treat me rough, and that's okay. I just don't give them this treatment that I do for others. Keep a drop cloth back there, and I keep, this is some gym floor mats that I put down, so if I go in and I work, I'll take this, throw it on the ground. I'll take my tool bag and throw it on the ground. Any work that I do is on these gym floor mats. That way no one's going to say, hey, they were in here working on my brand new everything, you know, whatever it is, and they messed it up. Down here I just have some service parts, just, you know, different service parts for a bunch of different window and doors. Not just the same. I do for quite a bit of companies. So down here, this here was actually in that empty spot, and then I moved that Packout shelf there and put my cleaning supplies from here to up there. But I moved the brad nailer down here, and I have my brad nailer, round stapler there, and yeah, it's DeWalt. All my tools are DeWalt, but I love the Packouts. And I keep all of my staples and nails and everything in here. And then I got just some woodwork items, and I got some different size sandpaper, which this is kind of overkill. I don't really use that much. I use them, but I'm not like building stuff out there. It's just for random stuff. I got some like touch-up pins and whatnot in case, you know, we have to do whatever. I got some 3-in-1 oil. I know this ain't woodworking, but I got 3-in-1 oil and some, you know, more 3-in-1 dry lube, some super glue remover. I use this for my bits so I don't burn them up on aluminum or metal or whatever. And then up here, you know, some wood filler, stuff like that. I got a bunch of wood fillers, some super glue, some Brillo pads, a little rasp, you know, if I need to shave down something or my little planer. I got a little breathing mask here, and then I got a bunch of wooden dowels, and these are pretty hard, kind of like bamboo, but in case I need to fill a hole or something to put a new screw in because somebody stripped it out. Some wood hardener, some wood glue that I know this is brand new, but this stuff seems to dry up all the time. I hate that it does that. And then just some brushes and some vinyl spackle. So that's what's in my woodwork items. Then I got more service parts, which this will end up going into there at some point. And then I got drill bit extensions and just some different stuff that I've collected over the years that I bought, you know. And these are all stuff that this ain't the only one. I got the same thing here, but this is stuff like this here actually belongs in that Norsk box. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. So probably a lot of these that go in there, but this is all miscellaneous stuff that I've found over the years, or that I've collected over the years. And so I just started going through everything, and I found a place for it. I put it in this box because I had some leftover Packout boxes. I actually have a lot of leftover Packout boxes. So that's what's... So again, the reason why I did it this way is I'm trying to get the best flow possible, to where I had these behind there, but then you have to pull this off and move this, and then I had this ladder right there, and I was like, we're always pulling this down to get this, so let me move this and put this here. But I didn't want to do that because it interferes with me coming in and out of here, but it makes more sense to have this here. So that's pretty much my workflow that I have here. Everything that I really need is down this way. This is like extra stuff. And then of course I got a coffee machine, some coffee filters, and some water. Up here I have some ratchet straps, Velcro straps, and then I just put this up here, which is some bunch of different clamps. And then I put some tape up here, some like two-sided tape, and I put it up here so it doesn't get like wood shavings and whatnot up there. I just decided to go ahead and put my laser level in here, so I got that in here, and I have down here my oscillating tool, my fine tool that I just purchased. And I probably, now that I'm looking at it, I probably don't want that down there because I use that quite a bit, more than I use that, and that's another thing of screws. But I would probably grab that before I grab those two. So that's going to probably have to come out or go on top of that. And so I have easy access to it. Then my tool bag. Then I got more stuff here where I've got hacksaw, pole saw, coping saw, angle grinder and blades, you know, different things like that. And I did it to where I could still open this with the door closed. I keep a lot of oscillating tool blades in here, organized the best I can. And I have a corded DeWalt that this is what I used to use, and I still use this because I have all these blades. You know, because I've got like carbide blades. I got all of these for removing glass, and these are really the best ones to use so far. I really like these, but I spent a lot of money. I think this is probably about $300 worth right here of these Milwaukee blades. I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but that's about $300 or maybe even $400 worth of blades, because it comes with these two, and I never use these. So if you know anybody wants them, let me know. Anyway, so that's what I keep in here. Keep my little giant here, and I keep my 4-foot ladder there. This is my other guy's tools. And then I've got two jobs that are coming up here that I put up there. I'll take these with me. And then a little roller for some real heavy stuff. I got my cut proofs, my PPE here. And then for when I stay at some sketchy areas, I've got these blackout shades that I put there. And I got 2 blackout shades here. And I put it there, that way no one's peeping in. And I also have blackout covers for the front windshield and each side window. That way it's completely black. And no one knows that if I'm in here or not. So that's the reason why I put them up. It depends on the area. A lot of places I don't have to do it. But I like to put those up just in case. So, and then on the top of the van, I have a little giant sumo stance ladder, a 32-foot aluminum ladder, and another little giant, but the biggest one you could get. So it's real heavy, real big. I use it for, you know, stairs that are up kind of high and whatever I can't use that one for. But this is pretty much it. I mean, like I say, the outside is just a regular Ram ProMaster 2500. This is my second ProMaster. The first one gave me so many problems, and I wish I would have kept it, but I ended up fixing the computer and all of the struts, and I had so many problems on that thing. And I think when I sold it, I only had like 60,000 miles on it. This one's got 72,000 miles on it, but I've already had the engine replaced. And the engine was replaced at, I think, 13,000 miles. So I'm not impressed with it. If it's snow or ice, this thing's not going to go. That's the reason why I regretted selling my F350, but at the same time, I was making payments on that thing, and you know, we've downscaled to where we're only running 1 crew now. And it's not something I really wanted to continue paying on to get rid of that expense. But that's for another story. But this is it. This is my van. This is what I call my office. And I think I've got it set up pretty good now. We'll be finding out this week. And, but I love it. Over here, this is the last thing I'll show. Over here, we have, this is where we'll, like, say, put a piece of glass or door. And I think it reaches, like, I want to say that'll go to, like, say a 10-foot tall door. So you could do a 10-foot tall, 6-foot wide door panel here. And I could probably fit 2 or probably 3 of them in there. And then if I have to, I'll put it over here. I just have to watch for this. But then I could take these out and push that back if I need to do that. I just don't have any strap points on this yet. But I'll strap, usually I end up putting a strap here, and going down, or a strap somewhere over there and coming down. As if I have something major, but usually it'll fit between this anchor and this anchor, is usually what it fits, but that's where I put it. This right here is kind of a problem, and I'm thinking of building small little, just a small angle to where I could put the glass in right here. It's just, I need to build it to where it'll come up or pop off easy, because I don't want to take away from that, having that all that extra room. And again, I think it'll go up maybe 10 to 12 feet. I've had 10-foot doors in here multiple times, but it's easy just to move all that stuff. And I wish I would have never put the clear glass in there. I wish I'd have left I cut that out and put a piece of plexiglass in. I wish I wouldn't have done that, because I don't even use that door anymore. The only reason I did it though was to see out my rear view mirror, out the windows, or out the side window, because like you go to some roads and you'll be going this way. If I'm by myself, I can't see to my right. So now I don't regret it, now that I say it. That's the reason why I did it. You can't see. If you're by yourself, you cannot see out the mirrors. or out your window, because you just can't, at least around here. So, but anyway, that's it, man. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. If y'all have any suggestions of what I could do to streamline this a little bit better, just leave them in the comments, let me know. Other than that, I think it's a great setup. I love it, actually. I haven't seen any other van set up this way, but I love it. And I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good day.